This is a Planet Vero production for Evergreen Media. And now it's time to put you on the spot with EGM.
Hello and welcome to On the Spot with EGM. I'm Jesse Krisky, and we've got a great one for you today. Joining us today is Tony Chiroldes. And Tony plays Sancho in the upcoming production of Man of La Mancha at Riverside Theater, playing January 3rd through the 22nd. For tickets and information, go to riversidetheater.com. Hi, Tony. How are you?
Good. How are you, Jesse? Hello to everybody watching and listening.
Excellent. Great. It's good to have you on. It's good to hear you. Are you in Vero Beach right now?
Yes, I am, as well as all the other cast members. We hit the ground running last Friday, and it's been nonstop, but a lot of fun. It's been a very, very exciting experience thus far.
Great. Now tell us a little bit about Man of La Mancha. Now this is based on the 17th century masterpiece Don Quixote, winner of 5 Tony Awards, yes, including Best Musical. So yeah, Man of La Mancha, we're all excited to see it. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, Man of La Mancha, what's magnificent about it is this story of perseverance. And despite incredible odds, Don Miguel de Cervantes is thrown in jail along with his manservant. While being tried inside the jail by all the other prisoners, he delights them with this story of Don Quixote. He transforms into Don Quixote, and his manservant transforms into Sancho. And it's like a play within a play where everybody takes on different roles, and you have these two stories. But the story of Don Quixote in itself is a story against all odds, struggle against all odds, and the power of imagination and ideals and seeing life not as it is, but as it should be. And I think, given the times in the last few years, I heard about pandemic. We need that. We need that kind of uplifting, soaring, lovely songs and music. It's well known, and it hasn't been done for a while, and it's just fun that Riverside took it up, and here we are.
That's great. Yeah, it's awesome. And so you are a very accomplished actor yourself in your own right. You've been doing this for a long time, and you play Sancho. Now, Sancho is kind of like the voice of reason in this story, isn't that right? Can you relate to Sancho
it's interesting
in your
because
own life?
Sancho. Yeah. I can relate in the sense that Sancho, he's kind of street savvy, and he's not very, very educated, but in his street savviness, there's a lot of wisdom, and he has all these sayings that he comes up with that make no sense. And sometimes yet they do. And he is even surprised by, hey, wait a minute, there's a logic behind this. But he believes in them. And he adores Don Quixote. He's not only his servant, but his squire, his friend. He's there to pick him up off the ground, literally, when he's fighting windmills that he thinks are giants and whatnot. And then there's the aspect of the love story, which is, Don Quixote and Aldonza, who is a prisoner, but he calls her Dulcinea because that's how he imagines her, as this noble woman. And so these three characters are basically going from adventure to adventure, and Don Quixote and Sancho inevitably end up, just torn apart by the people that surround them, that don't want to believe that he's a knight as he pretends to be. But Sancho, yeah, he's just fun. I'm portly, but not too portly as has sometimes been depicted, and he doesn't have to be. The other day I was being fitted for wardrobe, and without doing any padding or any sort of effect like that, I looked at it and said, I found Sancho. Now I see him, and now I see how he moves. And it's kind of esoteric actor talk, but it made sense, and looking forward to putting that on.
That's great. And we're looking forward to seeing it January 3rd through the 22nd, Riverside Theater in Vero Beach. Now, how did all the actors come together for this musical?
Well, people auditioned from all over. I auditioned in New York City. I have fellow actors who auditioned via LA or came to New York City. There's people from Chicago. I should give a shout out if you allow me, because, it's not just me playing Sancho. It's the story of Don Quixote, played by, Edward Staudenmayer, and Aldonza, played by Leanne Marie Dobbs. And then we have this amazing cast of just, it's not even an ensemble. The whole show, the whole cast is an ensemble, because we're putting together these these two presentations, if so, with the guidance of director DJ Salisbury. So I'm gonna go through the list because I don't want to forget anybody. And
Absolutely.
these are as hardworking as any of us. There's Alex Levin, Alexandra Osorio, Andre Altman, April Armstrong, Bernal Lasai, Caitlin Finney, David Benoit, Derek Davis, Edward Juvier, Enrique Miguel, Cara Arena, Kit Treasley, Paola Hernandez, Philip Ancheta, Reese Kaufman, Torren Higgins, and Wesley Slade. And some of these names you might recognize because they're performers from the Florida area, the Orlando area, and they've been here before as well. So I just needed to give that shout out because we've bonded over the magical hand of DJ Salisbury having us play theater games. I'll tell you this, I have never learned fellow actors' names in a cast so fast as I have done with this. By day one, I learned all of these names, and now I'm not a young one. So these quote unquote theater games, have made us bond, and just the power of an ensemble is unbelievable. That's where I started doing musical theater as an ensemble member, and we tend to overlook these people, but they're all part of the story, and they're all part of the team that makes the magic happen, be it on stage and backstage.
Absolutely, yeah. So it sounds like there's going to be great chemistry, and it sounds like you've been rehearsing for a while with these people. How long have you been rehearsing?
We've been rehearsing for about 5 days, I think. I've lost track of time ever since taking that flight at 3 a.m. or 6 a.m. from LaGuardia last week. But yeah, 4 or 5 days. We're moving right along. It's a lot of fun, and there's support from one another. I don't know. Shows have a tendency of bringing people from all walks of life and all sorts of experiences. And the more you get to know one another, the more you can tap into those little things as you create characters and dynamics on stage. But yeah, it's a fun group, and we have as you can tell from our surnames, we have a large Latino component to the cast, which is not only accurate but also we get opportunities to show stories that are very different from what we see portrayed here and there.
Absolutely. We're speaking with Tony Chiroldes. He plays Sancho in the upcoming production of Man of La Mancha at Riverside Theater. And it's a cast of many, many people. And not only people on stage, but there are a lot of people working off stage on this set. I mean, I'm going to show some pictures here. This set looks amazing. Can you tell us a little bit about what all goes into this unique set that we're creating here in Vero Beach?
Well, it's really interesting because the set, when I saw the set, the schematic, and then, the model, it's fascinating in the sense that, you're thrown directly into the jail where these characters in the original story are being thrown. And then as the story progresses, that is somewhat transformed into all the different settings where the adventures of Sancho and Don Quixote take place. So yes, you see that there's this drawbridge that the characters literally walk into this dungeon. There's grates that assume that there are even more cells down below. And this is, it's a dark setting, but then it kind of takes on different colors and light as the play progresses. We inhabit that place, and there's little cubby holes and things, where props come out of, and there's a fire pit and a well, and all those things, as tangible as they are, they make you, kind of grounded into that reality. I mean, yes, there is the fourth wall, the called fourth wall in the audience, but once you're in there, you really are. It's not just imagined, but just like, you could touch it. It looks like a lot of rock and even Moorish elements to the architecture.
It does. It looks like it fits in 17th century Spain. Right?
Definitely.
So it really looks amazing, and we're all very excited for it. Now, is this your first time in Vero Beach? Have you been here before?
Yes, it is. I lived in Miami. Never performed here before. This is my debut at Riverside. I lived in Miami for on and off for 10 years, but I haven't been to the South Florida area or even performed. Well, no. What am I talking about? I performed as a kid with my parents in theater in Miami, but we tend to look at that and say, "Oh, that doesn't count." No, but yes, but this is my first time in Vero and at the Riverside.
All right, great. Well, we're excited to have you. Riverside Theater, Man of La Mancha. It plays January 3rd through the 22nd. You can get tickets at riversidetheater.com. And there are performances Tuesday through Saturday evenings, and there are matinees Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday. And the phone number, 772-231-6990, riversidetheater.com.
6990.
Yeah, there you go. And here's the website. You just go to riversidetheater.com, and you click Man of La Mancha, and
that's right.
There it is. So
tickets,
yeah, get your tickets online, riversidetheater.com. We're all excited. January 3rd through the 22nd. Thank you very much, Tony.
Oh, thank you. It's been my pleasure, and all the best to everybody. Happy holidays.
Yes, happy holidays to you too. All right, everybody, take care, and we'll see you next time. We'll see you at Riverside Theater for Man of La Mancha. Thanks a lot, Tony.
Adios.
Bye. Adios.